Since women know what men want, why is it so difficult for women to do or abide by what they want?
Most women don't know what men want. They just assume it. And to be very frank, women cannot know what men want. It's very difficult to know something when you are not that thing. For example, if you want to really know what medicine and surgery is, you have to be a doctor. That means you're going to spend 7 years and numerous years practicing that same thing. For you to know what a man wants, then you have to be a man and you have to live in the body of a man. The best thing you can do is show form of understanding. So if we say the word no, that's like too far-fetched. You can have understanding about what a man wants, but because of human nature, don't forget that human nature is bad. Our Adamic nature is worse. So there's nobody that can know anything. I cannot understand a woman because even if I understand, I will probably faint not understanding. Because once I understand a woman, then I'll probably do what she wants and give her a good life, which most people don't want to do. We are selfish, even as fathers, as mothers, as wives, as husbands, we are all selfish. And if you look at every relationship, the quarrels in a relationship is all about individual selfish interest. Before anyone can really have a good life in terms of marriage, and before a woman can do what a man wants, or if a man wants to do what a woman wants, you have to be selfless. And you're going to tell me, how am I selfish? I'm the one that pays the rent. I'm the one that builds the house. I'm the one that buys the car. I'm the one that buys petrol. Yes, you are doing your responsibility. That's responsibility. Because if you don't do it, everybody will tell you you're a stupid person. It's just like people who get married and all of a sudden they're saying their children are stressing them. Your children, they are not stressing you. If you were barren when you got married, you are the one that will be praying everywhere to have children. So what we see in other people as stress is actually not stress. It's our inability to accept them the way they are and our inability to live with the fact that that is the kind of being they are. Virtually every woman knows that they say most men are polygamous in nature. How many women had accepted that? And you tell me, are they really polygamous? In this era, we are saying they should not. In the old era, even biblical era, they were polygamous. Most of the kings that we read about in the Bible had numerous wives. But this era, we are saying, okay, let's get them to be monogamy so they don't have multiples. But an average woman knows that for you to keep a man, you have to do multiple things. And even at that, if he still carries that excesses, you still have to stomach that. But this generation, it's all about me, and I'm saying this from the perspective of selfishness. A man wants the woman, which is very easy for women to be loyal to their husband. It's very easy. It's in their nature. What is not easy for a woman is to respect the man. And you can see how everybody struggles with that. Every woman. Say, but I'm respecting you. No, there's a difference between when you say it and when you do it. People you respect, you don't behave the way you're behaving to this man the same way. At least I'm very sure you don't behave like that to your parents. You don't behave like that to your pastors and your spiritual leaders. You don't behave like that to your bosses. We know that those are people you hold in high esteem. Those are people that are in great authority. So you don't behave that way to them. But for this man, you say you respect him, you say you try for him, but you don't act the same way with these other three people that I mentioned with this one. So apparently it's just mere talk. So for any woman to show understanding to a man, it is by accepting what that man is. If you have a man who sleeps always and doesn't go to work, that is who he is. You are going to accept that and then encourage him, in quote, to become better at it, but not the way you are doing it. If the man smokes and drinks and all of that, you have to accept that first. If you really want to love him and help him, and then from the position of acceptability, then you go forward. Let me tell you what my arguments are usually. I hardly lose an argument. You know why? Because I always accept with people. I agree with you. You say there's no God. I say, yes, there's probably no God. And then what do I do next? Then I use a question to trigger what your errors should have been instead of arguing with you. So I say, do you have a conscience? And then you say, yes, I have a conscience. Who created your conscience? Aha. Now you have to say, he just came, or you now say God. But you just said there's no God. So, but if I didn't accept it, I say, there's no God. You are not saying the truth. There's God. You're just arguing. So, women should learn to agree with their husband and ask damning questions that will get them back to the solution. Let them self-instruct themselves. Don't come in and behave like their bosses. It will ruin the thing. Don't agree with me, as usual. I agree with you. Continue enjoying your life the way it is, because you will feel more pain, you will feel more struggle by thinking the man is an idiot. If he's an idiot, you married him, not me. You married him. And nobody forced you to marry him. Even if he said, my friend advised me, my parents said it's good, of course, that's just, they're trying to help you. But now you make the choice. Because even if they advised you and you still said no, it would have been a no. But now you agreed with them and you married the man, you married the woman, deal with it. The best way, acceptability. Just accept whatever they say, accept whatever they do as part of life. Don't forget, life is with challenges. So let's say this is one of the challenges that you have to work through and get better at. You will smile at the end of the day if you work on it. But when you are selfish, like most people are, you won't be ready to work on any marriage. Most people get married to people who will come and make their life better. You don't see marriage as something you have to work on to make better. So a man marries a wife who thinks, oh, she's going to come in as my helper, she's going to be the best slave on earth, and I use the word slave because what do men say they want? Somebody who could cook fresh food every day, fresh food in morning, afternoon, evening. You wash your clothes and iron it, clean your house, make everything clean, carry your baby, make sure your babies are like they live abroad, or even if you live abroad, that they are like the best of the best. Train your child in school, do everything for you, have sex with you like 14 times in a day as if he's a porn star. Those are things you want. And then you say, what do you have to do? And then meanwhile, you don't want him to talk to any guy, you don't want him to talk to anyone, he can't even say, you don't even want him to talk to his family like that, because you just want that secrecy, you want that one-on-one thing. And then most women can do that with ease. I'm telling you, an average woman can do that, unless she's have a rough past, she can do all of that easily. And then we get to you as a man. What do? You go to work and hang out with your friends and come back anytime you want, and when she tells you where are you coming from, you say she's not supportive. Does that make any sense? So if you are at home and you are doing nothing, you can't help out in the kitchen, you can't do anything, both of you have gone to work, you are back at home, the woman heads straight into the kitchen without doing anything, you head straight to the TV to start watching football. Highest case scenario, put the football in the kitchen and then stay there, even if it's only give me that onions and you give to her. That's what we mean. She doesn't have to say it. And this woman will get angry with you, as the case may be, and then you say, why is she shouting on me? Why is she not respecting me? Respect is reciprocal. Sometimes we might apportion blames to the women, but they are not slaves. It's not as easy. So you sometimes have to lead by example. That's the best type of leadership. But most times, men don't lead by that example. We just demand it from the women. Very difficult. If you're a woman yourself, put yourself in the shoe. That a man who probably is your junior, some women are older than their husbands, or probably you have a better job than him, or maybe you make more money. Even if you don't make any of that, and so what? The work I do, nobody pays me for it. Most women don't get paid for the work they do at home. If you employ a cleaner, you pay. If you employ a cook, you pay. And they might probably steal your things, they might kidnap your children, whatever. But your wife cannot do any of that. So you have rest of mind to walk where you are. So the best deal you can do is give that wife a reason to love and trust you. Don't come home and become Armageddon. You just shout everywhere and scream because you have been working. You are not doing them a favor. You are doing your duty. The fact that you are bringing money and you are taking care of your home doesn't mean you are doing them a favor. You are not doing your wife and children a favor. You are doing your duty. So don't come to them as if they have to come and praise and worship you. Let's drop that. Everybody should enjoy their marriage. Meaning, wives should agree with their husbands. Don't try to correct and destroy everything. Don't try to implement your own dreams on him. You can set up your dream as a wife inside his dream. A marriage that the husband has a different dream and the wife has a different dream can never stand, because two of you will not align and work together. So everybody will just go separate ways, and that's what they call divorce. But once you identify that whatever your dream is, put it under his own, let it align with his own. If I'm going to be a football player and my wife is the agent of football teams, beautiful, we can work together. If I'm a tailor and my wife sells fabrics or tailoring accessories, that works. But let's say I'm a tailor and my wife is a lecturer, that could still even work, because she can start marketing to her, the co-lecturers, and I'm sorry for them, and we still have a connection somewhere. But you have to look for a connection between your business and your husband's business, so you have something to discuss. Because once there's something to discuss, you go in the morning, he goes in the morning, you come back in the evening, he comes back, there's something to discuss, there's no apropos anywhere. You say, hey, that girl in my office, hey, which girl? There's no real connection. But when you say, you remember that woman I supplied something to, say, yes, that one that took my something, now there's a connection. Now you have things to discuss, now you have things to, mold, and that spoil into some nice other room stuff. And then after that, that's how you communicate and you continue. But you need to accept it. You need to accept whatever your man does. And if you are not comfortable, you ask him a damning question after acceptability. The same thing goes from a man to a woman.